How family-guided early intervention benefits the family. Service providers collaborate with parents and care providers and work from a family-centered approach. In both the stories and We Survive and Thanksgiving, the mothers mention how family members, friends, and professionals would offer suggestions on how to better their child's situation. The mothers mention the frustration of this and how they felt unheard. In family-guided early intervention, families are provided with the opportunity to share what best works for their child, as well as collaborate with a service provider in creating a plan and an intervention framework that works for both of them and their family and their child. Family-guided early intervention is a relationship-based practice. In many of the stories in Chapter 5, the mothers mention how they felt judged by professionals and that they were looked at as being crazy by friends and family members. Mothers often felt like the way that they were handling their child's disability as well as other family functions, that other people would look at that and would disagree with how the mother and potentially the father was handling the situation, and again would offer suggestions on how to better their situation. In family-guided early intervention, instead of making suggestions and offering advice, service providers are interested in nurturing a relationship with the family, understanding the family's goals and what the goals for their child are, and they are interested in giving support to that family to help them get to the targets that they have already created. So this means that service providers are not judgmental and that they are respectful of every kind of lifestyle, and that they're actually trained to be able to communicate in such a way that makes families feel supported as well as accepted. Family-guided early intervention seeks to enable families to participate in activities they desire to participate in. In the story, Dual Parentship Status, the mother explains her frustration with not being able to do everyday activities with her child, whether that be taking her child on bike rides or going on hikes or simply going to the park. This mother explains how she has this desire to do this with her child, but feels that it isn't a reality to do so. With FGEI, this can become a reality due to how intervention is implemented. Because service providers are so interested in helping families reach their goals, they help support families in implementing intervention into these particular activities so that their child can participate in those activities, whether it be going on hikes or going to the park or going on bike rides. Service providers seek to provide resources to families to enable them to be able to have their entire family, including their child with disability, participate in these desired activities. As described earlier in this presentation, family-guided early intervention is inclusive of all family members, especially siblings. Lastly, service providers are empathetic listeners and will do their best to come to a mutual resolution. As mentioned earlier in the story in We Survive, the mother mentions that she doesn't feel heard and that when she would speak her thoughts about her child's needs, people would often look at her as if she was crazy. She also mentioned how this made her feel judged. In family-guided early intervention, service providers are actually trained to be active and empathetic listeners. By doing so, this brings confidence to the parents, and parents understand that what they have to say matters. It also is important because whenever there is a disagreement, the service provider does their best to come to a mutual resolution with the family.